Hi, George Fasching here, helping you unlock your team's genius. In this video, I'm going to focus on writing user stories. This is another episode in the Power of 3 series where I'm spending just 3 minutes on sharing my top 3 tips and encouragements on a particular subject. And with that, let us put 3 minutes on the clock, starting now. So, the first thing is I need to caveat this one because there is a great deal to be said about writing good user stories, but I'm going to share my top 3 things to get you off to a great start. So, the first thing is you want to write user stories that are in compliance with the INVEST criteria. You may have come across this before. In case you haven't, or in case you'd like a refresher, let me do that for you. So, INVEST is an acronym. It stands for Independent. User stories ought to be independent. Negotiable. The way to achieve the value of the user story needs to be pliable because there might be a simpler way to achieve the same value for the user. Then it needs to be valuable. The V stands for valuable. Of course, you want to be able to release value to the user just by delivering this a small piece of functionality. E stands for estimatable. So it needs to be concrete enough so the team can have a conversation, work out roughly the effort that is going to be involved in realizing that value. S stands for sized appropriately. It should be small. You should be able to realize this in a short period of time. If it currently takes you 4 or 5 days, aim for 1 day and then see whether you can push that down even further in your team. And T, it needs to be testable, so the user story needs to be written in a way where you can check it against the definition that is in the user story and written in there, right? So it needs to be in the INVEST criteria when you're writing the user stories. The next thing is that user story is not only a synonym for a product backlog item, but it is of course also a format. As a type of user, I want to do a certain action in order to realize a specific value or satisfy a need of mine. As a I want to so that. Now it's very important that you don't skip over the so that. I've seen product backlogs where I just see the as a I want to. It's important to start with the end in mind, if you will. If it helps you to remember writing about the purpose and the value you want to release, you can turn it on its head and say, so that I can do this and that. I want to do this and that as a type of user. So you can turn it on its head in order to help you when you're writing a user story. Now, the third thing I wanted to get you started with is to include conditions of satisfaction and acceptance criteria. Now, acceptance criteria are pretty well known. Conditions of satisfaction, less so. Conditions of satisfaction are solution agnostic conditions by which the user value will be released. So when you have a user story available, you can work out, well, regardless of the type of solution that we end up choosing, what are the success criteria, the success definition, if you will, the success goals for the particular one, quality metrics that you want to achieve. And then you have your acceptance criteria. And with that, unfortunately, our time is up. As I said, there's much to be said about writing good user stories, but these 3 things are the ones I want you to start off with. So thank you very much for your time, and if you have any thoughts or comments, please share them down below. If you found this video useful as a starting point for great user story writing, please like, share and subscribe. And with that, I would like to thank you very much. All the best for the practice with your team. Until the next video, thank you again and goodbye.